Parts of the Presidential Implementation Committee, their report, and I would like to invite the Chairman, past Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice.
Your Excellency, the Chief of Staff, the Permanent Secretary, with your permission, Your Excellency, I will first, and for granting us the opportunity, Your Excellency, to formally present the interim report of the committee today. It is on record, Your Excellency, that this committee was inaugurated on Friday, the 22nd day of March 2019, to, amongst other things, fashion out strategies and modalities for implementation of the financial autonomy of the state legislature and state judiciary in compliance with Section 121, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, and other applicable laws, instruments, conventions, and regulations providing for financial autonomy at the state tier of government. The committee was mandated by Your Excellency to submit its report within 3 months of its inauguration. We recall vividly, Your Excellency, that the decision to set up the committee was as a result of the neglect, default, and or minimal level of compliance by the state governments with the above cited provisions of the Constitution, which unambiguously provides that any amount standing to the credit of the judiciary in the consolidated revenue fund of the state shall be paid directly to the heads of the courts concerned. Notwithstanding the existing provision of the Constitution, Your Excellency, most state governments in Nigeria honor it in breach than in observance, thereby calling for a proactive action on the part of Mr. President, which indeed culminated in the setting up of this committee. In other words, the inauguration of the committee is a clear demonstration of Mr. President's commitment towards strict adherence to the Nigerian Constitution with the aim of consolidating and indeed entrenching the independence of other arms of government, the judiciary particularly, and indeed the legislature. Entrenching constitutionalism, democratic core values, rule of law, and the principle of separation of powers, all of which are the hallmarks of constitutional democracy. I recall Your Excellency reiterated the importance of the independence of state legislature and state judiciary during the inauguration of the committee by asserting that, and I quote, "The legislature, being the closest arm of government to the people and the judiciary as the last hope of the common man, must both be seen to be sufficiently independent to perform their respective constitutional roles without any interference, late or hindrance. In this regard, ensuring that these organs of government enjoy financial autonomy will further enhance their efficiency and independence." The foregoing assertion by Your Excellency was like a compass that guided the thoughts and actions of the committee, of the members of the committee, in arriving at the recommendations contained in the interim report being presented this afternoon, Your Excellency. Mr. President, it is pertinent to respectfully inform Your Excellency at this juncture that upon inauguration of the committee, it had various interactive sessions and strategic consultations with the state governors, chief judges of states of the Federation, speakers of state houses of assembly, civil society organizations, other relevant stakeholders, and members of the public, with a view to coming up with and developing a robust, sustainable, and far-reaching strategies and modalities for the implementation of the financial autonomy of the state legislature and state judiciary, in line with the terms of reference of the committee, and more importantly, as dictated by the highest law of the land. It must be stated, Your Excellency, that the methodology modalities, and models adopted by the committee in carrying out this important national assignment are contained in the recommendations. The recommendations clearly, Your Excellency, spell out that if uniform modules for implementation of financial autonomy for state legislature and state judiciary are approved for implementation across the 36 states of the Federation, it will no doubt strengthen Nigeria's democratic principles, practices, and public governance at the state level, thereby guaranteeing independence of all the three arms of government at the state level. Given the significance of financial autonomy to the independence, effectiveness, efficiency, and optimal performance of the judiciary and the legislature at the state level, and considering the far-reaching recommendations of the committee as well as modus operandi proposed in this report, we wish to earnestly appeal to Your Excellency to consider and approve recommendations contained in the report. In this connection, Your Excellency, we pray Mr. President to issue a presidential executive order in order to give effect to the recommendations so as to aid seamless implementation of the recommendations. The executive order, a draft copy, Your Excellency, is attached to the report for your consideration. The approval, Your Excellency, when given, will no doubt enable the committee embark on the next phase of its assignment, which is to assess, monitor, and cause implementation of the financial autonomy of state legislature and state judiciary in line with the committee's terms of reference. Finally, Your Excellency, I wish on behalf of the members of the committee to thank you most sincerely once again for the rare privilege granted us to serve in this committee. It is our hope that the approval of the recommendations contained in this report will go a long way in addressing the issues associated with non-compliance with the provision of Section 121, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. On this note, Your Excellency, it is my singular honor and privilege to formally present to Your Excellency the report of the Presidential Implementation Committee.
Thank you very much.